Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jennie Fraiche. I just like playing with makeup. I wouldn't consider myself a pro, but it's just really fun for me. And welcome. So in this video, I am going to be sharing what I call my top 10 blush picks for the spring. I have so many blushes. If you guys don't already know, I'm just a blush fanatic. It's not like I've always loved blush, but I've started collecting a lot. I didn't realize it. It would be a super long video if I shared all of my blushes with you guys. So because it is spring, I thought it would be fun to gather what I would call my top picks. I wouldn't say all of these are my favorites. I mean, I love all my blushes, but you know, I have blushes that I would wear more in the fall or the winter. I'm not going to be ranking these blushes only because I'm really indecisive and I just can't really pick a favorite. I love all of my blushes equally, and I just think if they're paired right, you know, they could really shine. So that's why I'm not really going to be ranking. That would be really hard for me, and I feel like I would be lying to you guys if I did have like a top favorite. I have a lot of favorites, I guess you could say that, or I just, you know, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Most of these are affordable. Some of these are drugstore. To be honest, I don't have a lot of expensive blushes. I just can't bring myself to buy an expensive blush. I don't know, I feel like I'd have to really want it, and I just feel like there's blushes out there at an affordable price that are just as good, if not better, than higher end blushes. Again, like I mentioned, I'm not going to be ranking these in an order. I'm pretty much just going to be ordering them by color. You know, if you like to go with more of a berry blush or a light pink blush or a cream blush, kind of like that. So don't be confused by the numbering. That doesn't mean anything. I'm just gonna go off my list here. Some of them I haven't had that long, but also I'm just basing these top 10 picks based on like what I could see myself reaching for more in the spring as well. And I will post the price of these blushes as well for you guys if you want to see what my top 10 picks for blushes in the spring are. Then keep on watching. So I'm going to be starting off with the cool tone blushes that I have in my collection. I feel like these cool tone colors are just really great for the spring. The first one is gonna be my ColourPop Heart blush. This one is in the shade Cupid's Bow. This one I just had to grab because of the packaging. It feels really nice, but mostly because of the color. I don't run into these cool tone pinks a lot. I think it's kind of rare. I think they're starting to come out with more of these cool tone pinks as of recently. So of course I'm gonna purchase. I do know that this color was kind of hard for people to see, like it was too sheer. Maybe I'll make this in another video, but I just think this would be like such a pretty color for like fair skin tone people. Not saying that nobody else can pull it off, but you'd probably have to pack it on, and even then, like sometimes I packed it on a little bit, but it's still my favorite because it's affordable and because of looks. And usually these ColourPop blushes really are long lasting for me. It's also a let me swatch it for you guys, sorry. It's, you know, it's kind of bright looking, but it's just because it's like a cool tone purpley pinky shade. I just think it's so pretty, and I've actually paired this with a berry gloss, and I just feel like it really brought out this blush, and it just really, my makeup just came together with a berry lip gloss like this and a pastel cool tone pink. It just really looked beautiful. I also do want to mention just this powder is also very powdery compared to other ColourPop blushes that I own. So I don't know if you might be into that. Just so you guys know. So the second cool tone pink on the list that I have is the ColourPop. There's a lot of ColourPop in here. It's gonna be the pressed powder blush in Night Bloom from ColourPop. I don't know if they still have this one, but again, this was my first cool tone purpley blush purchase. I think a lot of other people normally didn't really sort of gravitate to these, but I think now people, including me, are starting to realize like these are really beautiful colors. I would say that this one is just a little bit more purpley than this one, almost similar to this one, but you know, I had to grab it because I don't run into these colors a lot. So here is this one, and then the Night Bloom right here. It's a little bit more, just a little bit more purpley. These really pop in the spring, I feel like, with like a berry lip. Just some blush, just some gloss, maybe like brush your brows and you're good to go. This one, I didn't really know where to put this, but the third one, I'm just gonna call it my favorite blush palette for the spring. I'm gonna have to give it to Undone Beauty. I haven't had this one for that long, as you guys know, but I see myself reaching for this a lot in the spring because in the spring I tend to, you know, wear less makeup, and I feel like I could just throw this in my purse and just put on some of this blush and some highlighter and some bronzer, just throw it on your face, just blend it out, and you're set to go. It just feels like a clean girl makeup essential that you can just grab. I just feel like a very clean girl when I put this on, and one of these blushes is a little bit more on the shimmery side, so I feel like that also just goes really well with like a spring look that I'm trying to go for, whether it's just throwing it on or using it for a full makeup look. So this one is this top one, and this one is this one right here. And I'm sorry for these bad swatches. I'm not really used to this. I just want to show you guys like what it looks like. I feel like they're just like a perfect, almost peachy pink cream blush. For the fourth one, we are going to be moving on to light pinks. So the next one is gonna be the Wet n Wild blush. This one is a very pretty light pink, and it has just a hint of like gold flecks in there. It doesn't show up a lot when you apply it, but I don't really mind. I think it's pretty long lasting, and it's just such a pretty light. It just gives me fairy vibes, and I just brush that on and it looks gorgeous. It'll go with a lot of my looks. This one is probably like the cheapest blush in this video. This is what it looks like. It's so pretty. It's such a pretty light pink. The packaging, you know, it's not the best, but I have to reach for it. It does have some major kickback, but I don't really mind that. I don't know what shade this was. I think it was like the lightest pink. I grabbed it at Target, but I can just see myself reaching for it more when it gets warmer, because it's just like that perfect fairy pink, light pink blush if you're going for that. The next one in this light pink category is going to be the ColourPop blush stick in the shade Bullet. Not as light as the last one. It's actually very similar to this pink. It looks like this. Now that I'm looking at it, it's not as light as the last one. It's not as light as I thought it was, but whatever, it's fine. It's a perfect nude pink. This blush is great for just throwing it on because it's a cream. You can just throw it on and then just blend it out in the car. I've done that. It comes out looking great. I think it's just really easy and compact to just, you know, just the perfect pink nude, and I just feel like that will go with a lot of looks. Okay, the last one in this category is going to be probably the brightest pink that I own. I actually still question whether I should have bought this, but it's fine, whatever, I'm still gonna use it. It's gonna be the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Bora Bora. I don't know why, but I gravitated towards this because I've never had such a bright pink before. I think that's why. Wow, I'm sorry, this is so bad. It's gonna look like this one. Can you see it? It's a putty blush formula, so again, it's not super creamy like the Undone and the Color Pop stick. It's a putty, so I like to just warm this up with my finger and then apply it. And I feel like this is the perfect bubblegum pink for the spring, if that's what you're going for. Again, bright pinks and light pinks just look really beautiful and they hit different in the spring. Okay, on to the second to last category, and it's gonna be berry blushes. I feel like berry blushes in the spring are beautiful and could be just as beautiful in the summer. So this one is gonna be Essence Mosaic Blush. I picked this up last year and it is in the shade The Berry Connection 40. It is a pink, but it's got purple in there and it's more berry. As you can see, it has like some more darker pinks and pinks in there, but I feel like it is the perfect berry color. And I feel like it also gives it that like perfect sunburnt look that you're going for in the summer and spring. So I feel like this is just such a great and affordable berry blush if that's what you're going for. It's just really beautiful, and I also know that it is a dupe for the Dior blush that went viral. It's in that little like rectangular packaging. I don't have that one, but I got this one because I heard it was a dupe, and I heard that it was actually even better than Dior. I do really love it for that sunburnt look in the spring and the summer. Okay, the other blush that I have in this berry category is gonna be from ColourPop, of course. This one is in the shade Gummy More. It's a Super Shock Cheek, and I don't know if they have this one just because this came out a couple years ago when they had their Candyland collection. I almost threw this blush away so many times because I just could not get it to work. I felt like it was very dry. But I finally got a stippling brush blush, and I feel like that was the only way that I could get it to work. And I actually used that brush for a lot of my blushes. It also has a really nice candy gummy smell, and I love smells, okay? I know it's not really good for your skin, but for makeup, it's an exception for makeup. I just love smells, and I love candy, so so good. And it does have a hint of glitter. I would say this is sort of like a peach pink, so it's right here. It's like a peach pink berry, but not berry. I guess this was the wrong category to put it in. The second to last one is going to be this LA Girl Velvet Blush in the shade, I honestly don't know, Velour? I think it's gonna be Velour. My little sister actually just gave this to me. I tried it a couple times and I really liked it. It's called the Velvet Blush, but it really is like velvet because all I did was go like this, and it doesn't feel heavy or anything, and it just blended seamlessly. like it was amazing. Like, I don't think I have any blush like this that will blend like air. It is a cream, but it doesn't feel really heavy. This is what it looks like right here. It does still kind of have a berry look, but I would say it kind of has some red tones in there as well compared to the other blushes that I have swatched. A really easy application as well, really interesting texture and formulation. I really like that. All I did the other day was just do that, and it didn't take me that long to blend it out, and it looked great. The last category, and the only blush in this category, I don't even know, I'm calling this category intense color for the spring, and that is going to be the Rare Beauty liquid blush. It is in the shade Grateful. Okay, so this is what it looks like at first. It's very pigmented. I've also blended it out right here. It is red, but this was my first time purchasing the blush, so I really want to try it. I really like it. I think I'm actually wearing it. You can't really tell that it's red. I bet you wouldn't be able to tell that it was red because this is what it looks like blended out. It's very scary and intimidating, but I promise you it's not. You have to just go in with very, very little, especially if you're fair skin tone like me. Just barely put a dot and it'll go a long way. And not only that, but it'll be really long lasting. And wow, I'm gonna have this for a really, really, really long time. Once you brush it out, it comes out really pretty. I could see myself using this for also the sunburnt look. Plus, I feel like red blushes just really suit the fair skin neutral tones. So yeah, I just had to put that to the test, and I really like it. So yeah, those are all my top 10 blush picks for the spring. Let me know if you guys have these products. What do you think of them? What do you think of this video? Thank you if you made it this far. Let me know if there's anything that you want to see from me. Have a great spring, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.